Yo, I'm in the middle of this run and I felt like walking, so I'm walking that thing out, DJ Unk style. But I start thinking about fear, right? Because I got this fear of not running at night, and I don't want to get into that right now. Not that I'm scared of the dark, but crazy things happen at night. But got this fear, right, of running at night. And sometimes you got to get the run in, and so you do it anyway, right? And one of the things that motivate me is sometimes you got to do things afraid, right? You got to do it afraid. I remember back when I was in airborne school, and I went through 2 weeks of training. It's 3 weeks total, but you go through 2 weeks before you actually start jumping, before what they call jump week. And when jump week came around, man, I got suited up in my parachute and everything. Man, your boy got shook. Here I am on this bird. It's on the runway. It's taking flight, and there's only one way off. And that's that I exit through a door and my parachute deploy. And everything in me wanted to say, my mama didn't raise me like this. My mama didn't raise me to be jumping out no doggone planes, but there was only one way out, and so I had to do it afraid. I remember when, and I did it. If I jumped chump, but I did it. I remember when I was rolling into Baghdad, back during my military days, I was rolling into Baghdad. We're on the city limits of Baghdad, and my convoy commander comes over the radio and says, all right, Bravo Company, take your weapon, hang it out your window, and turn that selector switch. And y'all know, those of you who serve or those of you who are familiar with weapons, y'all know what that selector switch is. Turn your selector switch from safe to whatever. Usually when we was at the range, he say from safe to semi, but this time he said, first time I ever, and the only time I ever heard this during my 13-year military stint, did I ever hear this phrase. He said, turn your selector switch from safe to whatever. So I turned that thing to 3-round burst, right, on my M16. Got it hanging out the window, driving this 5-ton with a generator attached, right, the expando van. Those of you who know, y'all know. But I'm driving, one hand the steering wheel, the other hand I got my weapon dangling out the window, selector switch on 3-round burst, and I'm about to pee my pants. Because what I see in front of me, I see a city that's on fire, still smoldering from shock and awe. Y'all can go and Google all this stuff, but Operation Shock and Awe. I see, man, I don't know what's ahead, man, and I'm just afraid. And I'm like, man, guess what, man? I'm about to empty all these clips, about to empty all these magazines, because I'm going home. I was afraid, man. I ain't even ashamed to say it. I was afraid. I was fearful. I didn't know what to expect. But I did it afraid, right? I did it afraid. And I got to see what was on the other side of that. I got to see what was on the other side of jumping out of a plane and going airborne and getting, oh man, average mile 14.22 a mile, man. You gotta do it afraid. You can't be afraid of your time. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Like, I got to see and experience an amazing opportunity. Jumping out the plane, seeing what that feels like, to be all the way up in the air and people taking your air and my parachute collapsing and working through that and coming out alive and getting those wings pinned on my chest. In Iraq, I got to experience 3 tours. I went to Iraq 3 times. Some of y'all went way more than that. Been to Afghanistan. I got a partner of mine that he went over there 7 times. But I got an amazing experience. I learned how to be courageous in the face of fear. I learned how to do it afraid. I found out something about myself that, I don't freeze up. I found out that, man, when my back is against the wall, guess what? I'm going to perform. I'm going to execute. Now, I ain't saying that I'm the best at executing or that it couldn't have been done better. I'm sure, man. I got a partner that was in, man. He got the red beret. He was part of the 82nd, man. Who could do like 100 push-ups in 2 minutes, man. He was that dude, right? I'm far from that guy. But my thing is, I'm going to show up, man. And I'm going to do it afraid. I'm going to do it scared. I ain't going to let fear punk me. Don't let fear punk y'all. A lot of y'all are letting fear punk y'all out there, man. And guess what? Y'all lost out on so many opportunities, man. The number one opportunity is you to learn about yourself and gain some sense of self-awareness, right? About yourself. You lost out on that opportunity. I don't want that to happen no more for you, man. I want you to experience all that God has for you, man. And God has some amazing things for you. And I know some of you guys out there aren't believers or what have you, but there's some amazing opportunities for you to experience, man. So don't let fear punk you. Do it afraid. Let me go finish my 14-minute mile. Peace.